Soludo abandoned Apga presidential candidate PCC. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The National Director of Operations, Presidential Campaign Council for All Progressive Grand Alliance, Apga, Mr. Afam Enemoku has accused the party leadership of abandoning his presidential candidate and other candidates during the presidential and national elections. Enemoku said the national leadership of Apga, led by Anambra State Governor Prof. Soludo, abandoned and frustrated the party's candidate and failed to do the needed things for its presidential candidate during the electioneering campaign before the presidential for inexplicable reasons. He stated this on Monday during an interview with journalists, adding that the Apga presidential candidate Peter Umade was the most qualified to be the country's president, but he was not given the needed support by the party hierarchy. He said, and I quote, "Our presidential candidate is more qualified to win the election because he has all it takes to be the president of Nigeria. But we did not know what we were supposed to do before now due to lack of funds, which is the only problem we had in the presidential election." No doubt, Umadi actually showed in his personal capacity that he could do it, but the party and the governor who was elected under Apga has not shown him any support. In fact, the party leadership abandoned him. Well, since the inauguration of the Apga's Presidential Campaign Council, which cuts across all levels of the party, we were not invited for a meeting. We were not given direction. There is no funding, so the Apga faithful are disappointed and frustrated that nothing as it used to be has come from the people up there. We were just floating and watching. That is why I said we did not know, we did not do what we were supposed to do. We did not do the needful before now. We went into the presidential election as committed Apga's faithful. Only the national chairman knows what the situation and the reason they did not fund the party campaigns and other things. All I can say is that despite the frustrations, our people across the country are optimistic. The Apga presidential candidate Umadi, when contacted, said every effort made by the party during the electioneering exercise was his personal sacrifice and effort. He said, whatever effort and breakthrough in this presidential election have been on personal and self-effort. The national chairman does not take my calls, and as I speak to you, nothing has ever come to me from the party. Not one naira has been given to me as a candidate of the party by the national chairman and the governor. I am not asking for the state's money. They are not supporting me either. Because if they are supporting and campaigning for me, people will, because of the support, help in funding activities. Umadi added that all the local government chairmen of the party were behind him and worked tirelessly for this election, but he was disappointed by the treatment they got from the national chairman and the governor of Anambra State. According to him, all he sees in the national campaign flag is Apga all the way, vote for Senate, House of Representatives, but they skipped the presidential candidate. In other parties and under circumstances, the party national and state assembly contestants have their billboards and campaign posters with their presidential candidate. But none included me in their billboards and campaign posters because they were following instructions not to work for me. They do not want to project me, but they do not have any option. I am the face of Apga in Nigeria, whether they like it or not. He lamented that the party from day one, particularly the governor, sidelined him, the presidential candidate, adding that the governor was not interested nor did he receive him when he went to visit him. He said, I went to see him. My name was listed in the manifest. He knew I was coming. The deputy chief of staff even called me the day I went to see the governor that my name was in the manifest. And I went and stayed for 3 hours from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. to see the governor, but he refused to see me. Recalling the incident, the Apga presidential aspirant said he was humiliated by Soludo because the security men and everybody around him saw him waiting for 3 hours in his office without seeing him. I was elected Apga's presidential candidate on June 1st, 2022, and on June 8, 2022, I went to see the governor. After being an appointment to see him from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., I was waiting to be called in only for them to tell me that he would not see me, his presidential candidate, all because of personal interest. The joke party executive crack when they go for local government meeting is the governor also running for president with me? One funny thing they did during our presidential campaign flag off was that they craftily and quickly changed Apga presidential campaign flag off to Apga national campaign flag off. They did everything to play down and frustrate me from the race, but I was determined. I marched on, refused to be discouraged and frustrated. When contacted, Soludo Press Secretary Mr. Christian Aburime denied the governor abandoned the party and his candidate. Aburime said it is not true. Soludo, as a party leader of Apga, supported the presidential candidate of Apga, Prof. Peter Omadi, in every way necessary. He campaigned and provided logistics for the party's presidential candidate as the party leader and the only governor under the platform of the party, and is expected from him as the party leader. Well, me, I would say I did not see Soludo. For the times that Soludo came out, he never said, he never came out to say, oh, now my party person be this, now person where they supposed to be this, make on a vote for this person. You know, as people, they use market their candidate. Market time. Even if you're going to come and say, you market time. Market time. All the time people knew you will be say, as you make noise, your name come outside for people attack you. Now that time we say for even backups, I even get candidate though. You for even use that your message, follow him. But he did not. But all the same, this election will pass. Don't reveal a lot of things for people will be say their eyes they open to see. Organo verse, so maybe you try next time. Okay, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.